Hi folks, this is Andre from Timesack, and in this video, we are talking about the Timesack business model in depth, okay? If you're just looking for a short tutorial on how to upgrade your subscription, we have that video. I'm going to be posting it in the description, and you can check that out to get going quickly. This is for your frequently asked questions, and I'm going to try to cover a lot of ground here. I'm sorry this tutorial might be long, but for those of you who are seeking a lot of details about this, I think it'll be very helpful. And for our purposes today, I've created this PowerPoint here that I'm going to have on my left, and on my right, I'm going to have the app open so that I can show you different areas if they're relevant to a particular slide. Okay, so with that, let's dig in. The presentation is going to be in two main parts. First part is going to be about Shopify because our app is a Shopify app, so it exists within this ecosystem. And then on the second part, it's going to be more about Timesack specific things, okay? So first thing we need to understand is that our business model is a monthly subscription inside the Shopify ecosystem. By that, I mean that every 30 days, Shopify is going to be billing you as long as you have an active subscription. And it's going to be billing you according to your billing cycle, okay? So we have these counters in the app for pre-orders in stock, back in stock. Okay, these reset on the first of the month, but that's not when your subscription resets. Okay, your subscription resets according to your contractual relationship with Shopify. That's what matters. But the bottom line is that you actually get more benefits from being on different cycles in Timesack and in Shopify because what usually happens is you get more pre-orders, more in stock, and more back in stock emails from the counter reset. Okay. And like I mentioned, Shopify is the one that charges you, not us. We don't have any of your credit card information. Like this is not of our choice. We're just using the platform, and the platform forces you to use their billing API. So like your financial relationship is with Shopify and not us. You pay Shopify, then Shopify pays us, if everything, you know, is kept correct up until the end. Okay. And what Shopify does is it merges charges. Now we have the very flexible, business model in Timesact. So you might want to do frequent subscription modifications. What I want you to understand is that it does not mean that you will be charged twice if you perform an upgrade, right? Let's actually take an example so that we're a bit clearer on this. Let's say you activate a subscription for 10 pre-orders on March 1st for $665. And the way to inactivate a subscription is to go here into the account tab. You have these three sliders here. I'm interested in the pre-orders one. I pull it up to 10. Below I can see the 665. Okay. So this is one thing. Now, let's say that sales are going great, and on March 15th, I want to actually upgrade to the next tier, which is 25 pre-orders for 1045. This does not mean that I am going to be charged $6 and then the $10. What it actually means, and sorry for the math here, but like you're going to pay a percentage of the 665 and you're going to pay a percentage of the 1045, okay, to an overall charge that will be most likely less than, but can also be equal to 1045 in our example. Okay, so this is what I mean by Shopify merging the charges. Okay, you're not billed twice. But the Shopify user interface is not great here. So the way they show this to you, it might look like you're being charged twice. It is not the case because there are also negative charges. So in our first case with the 665, that's charged the first time, and then the 1045 that's charged the second time, there'll also be a minus 665 charge in the background, and you'll be charged 1045 or less. Okay. So they don't offer up this information directly, which can be confusing, but again, it is not a double charge. A subscription can only be activated by you and with your consent. Okay, so this is a very important point. Like, we can't activate subscriptions for you, right? This is by design as a security feature, which, if you think about it, makes a lot of sense. So nobody except you or somebody on your team who has those express permissions, those privileges, can activate a subscription. We can also obtain those privileges. We don't have them by default, but we've never really asked for them because we prefer that you do these things so that you also have ownership over them. Okay. Now, how it works is that Shopify is the one that gets paid by you. Okay. And then after 30, 45 days, or it depends here really, but let's say maximum 45 days, we actually get paid and we actually see what we've earned from that subscription with you. Okay. But all the information will show up much later for us in the partner dashboard. And so it can happen that maybe somebody wants more information about a line item charge. First of all, we see these with a delay. You see them much earlier. Second of all, we don't have the information to tell you why a particular line item charge was charged at a particular time. This is all the Shopify billing API, has nothing to do with us. All we do is tell it like, hey, this person wants to start a subscription on this date. This person modified their subscription on this date. This person canceled their subscription on this date. That's the only input they get from us. Uh, all those inputs are working, tried and tested with over 8,000 stores. That's right. So it's pretty much a black box to us in many ways. And because of that, like, what we tried to do on certain occasions was reach out to Shopify support asking for this information on behalf of the merchant. We were told that for privacy reasons, we can have access to this information, but that they welcome a conversation with the merchant to explain these line item charges. So if you ever need any information on this topic, just reach out to Shopify support. They're happy to talk to you and they will explain everything because, again, it's their system, not ours. Okay, now let's dig into the Timesack part a little bit. So, our pricing and our business is built around flexibility and only paying for what you want to use. Now, again, here I am in the account tab in the app. If you navigate here, you will see the same info that I have. And you will see these three main functions, that you can activate separately and they are paid separately. Okay. So you have pre-orders, and by pre-orders, we mean orders that contain at least one active pre-order variant in Timesack. Then you have the in-stock, and the in-stock means orders that contain at least one active in-stock variant added into the app. Okay. And the back in stock emails, well, those are emails we send out to people that have subscribed to be notified when you're restocking a product. So these are the three main things. You can activate like just one if you only need pre-orders, if you only need back in stock notifications or only in stock, or of course you can combine them to create a plan that covers more areas of your business. The whole point here is it's super flexible. Now, in the case of in-stock and pre-orders, we actually count sales, not number of products. Okay, so we count orders that have at least one active variant added into the app. Okay, and for the back in stock, like I said, we count the emails that are actually being sent out. Okay, in case it's a mixed order, so like you have pre-orders and in-stock items added into the app, we only count that once. Okay, so like it will not be counted like towards pre-orders and in stock. It'll just be counted towards pre-orders. Okay. Now, an order in itself can contain as many active variants as the person possibly wants to buy from you, and it still only counts as one. That's true for pre-orders. That's true for in stock. Okay. So if you have a product that's active and somebody wants to buy 100 of that product from you, like in one order, that'll just count as plus one in your counter here. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the free plan. As you can see here, I am on the free plan. You can also see this information here in the dashboard. Again, free plan, and you have the counters, right? Let's talk about what's actually in this free plan. So number one is good piece of news. You have unlimited coming soon products. Like you'll notice in products in this tab here. So you can add as many products here as you want to show as coming soon on your website. And of course, coming soon means that people can actually place an order when it comes to these products. Okay, it just displays a button here that's not clickable, but you'll want to create some hype for your customers. This way, it'll be free for you forever, no matter how many products you add. So that's one important piece of information for you there. Okay, then if we're talking about pre-orders, okay, let's go back to the account tab. You have 10 pre-orders, and that means 10 orders with at least one active pre-order variant in them. You have that in your free plan. You can have unlimited products on pre-order or on in-stock and on back in stock, just as for the coming soon. Even on the free plan, it's only sales that matter here. So products, unlimited for everything. Okay, your first 10 pre-order emails are also free, okay, meaning those emails that we send out when a pre-order is placed. Of course, only if those are activated. Your first 50 back in stock notifications are free, meaning the 50 emails you can send out to your customers who want to be notified when a product restocks. So you have that in the free plan as well. And emails that will go to your 51st subscriber will be sent only after the upgrade, but you can still get the subscribers during this time. You will not lose any subscribers just because you didn't upgrade. Okay, your first 10 in-stock orders are also free. Here's a counter for it, and here's the bar for it here. Okay, and by in-stock, we mean products that have been added into Timesack here in the product section of in-stock and are active, and an order is placed that contains these items. Okay. It's important to note when you've used up 70% of the plan. It could be the free plan or it could be a paid plan. We are going to send you an email. Okay, like so. For example, for the free plan, we'll send you an email at 7 out of 10 pre-orders, 7 out of 10 in stocks, or 7 out of 10 back in stock notifications, telling you. I'm sorry. Here for the back in stock notifications, it should read 50 and whatever 70% of those 50 is. Okay. So 70% of the plan, when that's used up, you get an email from us telling you to upgrade. Then at 100%, we will email you again to tell you that you've used the plan up completely and grant you a 24-hour grace period. Now, during this 24 hours, you can still get orders. Okay, so nothing's going to stop abruptly. You have time to take action. Okay. And if the 24 hours is passed, then the service just gets disabled. Okay. And if you choose to upgrade your plan, it'll just get automatically restored. Now, one thing it's important to mention here is the fact that if you have a lot of products added into the app, like some of you have many, many thousands, and let's say you got disabled because you didn't upgrade during that 24-hour grace period, when you actually do upgrade your plan, okay, like you pull these bars to whatever level is above which you've actually used, then the service gets automatically restored, but you need to allow time for it to restore, because what we're doing is we're telling the Shopify APIs, hey, set these settings on these products. And it takes time. It's not instantaneous. So please be patient here, okay? Especially if you've added tons of products. Okay. If you cancel your subscription, your previous data does not get deleted. So your order tags in Shopify or those notes like these tags here with the pre-order, for example, or if you actually dig into the order and you can see all this the same stuff in Shopify, these things don't disappear. You still have those, not a problem. Okay, back to the account now. And this doesn't matter, like if you choose to upgrade at a later date, you'll never lose these. Okay. But if you cancel your subscription and the free plan had been used up, like previously, then the app will just get disabled and you can choose to reactivate it at any point once you activate a subscription. Okay. Now, it's important to note here that all upgrades, all downgrades, everything, and all cancellations are done by you manually. So you need to pull on these bars in the account tab to what level you want. You hit upgrade. This is going to prompt you to go into Shopify because remember, Shopify is the one that bills you. Okay. Now, for this test store, I'm not actually going to be able to activate a charge, but I can at least show you how it looks like. Okay. And here you would have a button in green to approve this charge. Okay. For me, it's grayed out. You can see all the information here. So here's my example that's billed every 30 days. And if I accepted this charge, I would start the subscription. But all of this stuff is done manually. And once the subscription would become active, I would be seeing it here in my account, seeing the current plan that I have. And I would also get an option at the bottom of the screen that would say go back to the free plan. And that is the equivalent of canceling um, the service, okay? Canceling the subscription. Also, if you choose to uninstall for any reason, by design, the Shopify system is going to cut that subscription as well. So canceling is done either by uninstalling or going back to the free plan here in the account tab in the app. So this whole thing is meant to give you control over costs and also ownership, because no changes to your subscription are going to be automated. So for us to have any kind of discussion like, why was this increased? I didn't want that or anything like that. There's no auto scaling here. Everything's manual. It's important to note something that the higher your plan tier goes, the bigger the discount you're going to get. Like if you look at my example here, like I just pulled this randomly, but if I go higher, notice how it's gone to 15% from 10%. The maximum you can get is like 30%. So the bigger the plan, the bigger the discount. Also, the higher the tier of plan, the lower the per item cost is going to be. Okay. So, like these smaller plans, the cost per pre order is actually higher. As you move up, it gets to be less and less and less. And on unlimited plans, if your sales, if you're doing like many hundreds of orders, what actually happens is that the costs tend to zero on a per order basis. Okay, very important thing to note here, it is your responsibility to cancel your subscription when or if you stop using the app. Like any monthly subscription, that you get charged by Shopify, like I said, every month, as long as the subscription is active. Okay? So think about it like the same way you would about your Netflix subscription. Just because, you might not watch Netflix for a month doesn't mean that Netflix won't charge you for that month, because it's on you to cancel your Netflix subscription if you're not going to be watching anything. It's the same thing here, okay? And we don't offer refunds because you forgot to cancel your subscription. Because all of this stuff is manually done, you need to take ownership of this, because you're the only person that knows your business needs, and like whether you need more, you need less, or you need nothing. Our whole plan is built on flexibility. So if you're not doing pre-orders for 3 months, just cancel your pre-orders for the 3 months and then come back when you are doing pre-orders. The important thing is to remember, if I'm not using this, I just need to cancel it myself. Please do not write to us to cancel your subscription for you because, as I've said, we don't have those permissions without being expressly given these permissions. Okay, so there is an option, but through which we can request these, but like actually requesting access to get these permissions to do the cancellation for you. Well, we can do it. It's not a problem of not spending the time to do it, but you have to understand it's just 2 clicks for you. So you would have here go back to free plan and confirm, and that's it. Like 2 clicks instead of waiting for us, for maybe half an hour to do this whole process for you. It's just inefficient. So best if you can do it yourself. Okay. Just doing a refresh because like sometimes this gets confused. It is a monthly subscription. Like as I've said, like Shopify charges you 30 days as long as you have it turned on according to your billing cycle. What it is not a one-time charge app. It is not just a fixed monthly rate app, except maybe if you're on an unlimited plan. We have actually experimented with different business models, but got some pushback on these. Everybody just wants, like, whoever is a customer of Timesack prefers this flexibility, okay, and prefers to optimize, the plans. And what I can tell you is that in many cases, what users of Timesack end up doing is they end up paying a lot less than other apps, because it might be tempting for you to think like, oh, this app offers me unlimited stuff for like $50, okay? But you also need to think about it, like, are you doing $50 worth of sales? Like, for example, here in Timesack, if you were to actually pay us $50 a month, you'd be doing 250 pre-order sales per month. Okay, are you doing 250 pre-order sales? You need to ask yourself that, because something might look better, okay, but it might actually not necessarily be better, because if your business is more at the 100 orders per month level, then you'd be paying that at $50, but you'd be paying us $20. Okay, and don't forget about the idea of canceling and then reopening. So on average, our users actually pay a lot less than for other solutions. Okay, it is not a pay-as-you-go system, so it's not like you pay per each pre-order that comes in, per each back in stock notification, per each in stock notification. Okay, nor do we charge you per product. We don't charge you per pre-order email or stuff like that. So it's not that kind of service with the pay-as-you-go system. And the reason why we didn't choose anything like that is because what happens if, for example, you forget a product active on pre-order? The charges are still going to keep coming. You'll be upset because you forgot to do it and stuff, and then we'll just get into a needless debate on this. Like, you just pull it to the level you actually want, and you commit to that level and change it, as your needs change, but you have everything there. Okay, it's not a free app. I know that there are some competitors that are offering it for free. That might be tempting for you, but think about it. Long term, it's not sustainable. Like, either those folks have something else going on, like they're just using the app as a platform to get users to their actual paid apps, so they're not going to invest a lot in like improving that over time, or they're doing other things I don't really want to get into. So free is not really sustainable. Also, it is not a credit system. This is very important because we've had questions like this. So your pre-orders are not going to stack up. If you upgrade to 10 pre-orders and then you upgrade to 10 again, you won't have 20 pre-orders, because the charges behind it are just going to get merged, and there's going to be just one charge for the 10. So what you need to do, in that case, is just upgrade to the next tier, which would be 25. Okay, but they don't stack up. Like, you don't like add 50 and it's going to add another 50. This is just the level you set it at, so that you're covered in that particular month. For active subscription, the counter resets at the start of each month. Okay, so if we were on a paid plan here, we'd have like on the first, sometime in the evening, because we have like some reporting we need to do. Like this counter would go from like 99 out of 100 if I was on a 100 pre-order plan to 0 out of 100 on the first in the evening when the reset happens. Okay. And in order to benefit from the counter reset, you actually have to be on a monthly subscription. So, just as a slight suggestion, of course, we can remedy this in case it happens otherwise. But ideally, if you need to cancel your subscription in a given month, you would do it on the second of the month, so as to also be sure you benefit from the counter reset. Okay. Now, pre-orders back in-stock orders and back in stock emails unused in a month. So again, it's not a credit system. Do not carry over to the next month. Okay. So they just expire at the end of the month. Like what you haven't used just isn't used. And they get, of course, renewed on the first if your subscription is still active. Uh, it goes without saying for us, but some of you had these questions. Like, our customer support is free, and we will never charge you for a more custom store setup if it's within the scope of the app. Okay. So that doesn't mean like if you ask for like super advanced features that we can actually do that for you, but like small adjustments that need to be done in order for things to look good, that is free, and we're not going to charge you for that. We don't actually do custom development, and here it's not a question of money, really. It's just a question of having really limited development resources, so we can't really allocate for that. But we want to thank you for the interest you've shown, some of you, and like the willingness to support us. Like, um, we're going to try our best to try to scale everything, but currently, please don't ask us to do custom development because we're unable to. We'd like to help you, but we can't. But we are happy to take your feedback and your feature requests, and if it's something that makes sense to build, if it can help the broader community, then that's great. We thank you for sharing that. We hope you see many improvements month over month for the app, and our plan is to actually keep adding a lot of features that essentially you will get for the same kind of pricing here. And so, like any SaaS app, you know the longer you stay with it, the better the investment is going to be for you. Okay, because you're going to be getting a lot more for the same amount of money. So, you know, we want to thank you for all the people that support our business, and we hope you'll continue to do so and grow with us. Thank you.